the RV guy here bringing you something really cool. This is a 2007 R-Vision. It's the Max Lite. What's neat about this, well, it does have the outside grill, but it has what's called a rear bed slide. That's so cool because you have a short trailer going down the road, but a huge trailer space-wise once you get where you're going. Let me start out by showing you the inside. Okay, now what's the main thing people complain about when they get a little travel trailer? Space. You're sitting on top of each other. That's what this solves. Take a look at the beauty of this. I have a giant bed that's not only comfortable, but when I'm going down the road, this bed is setting over the dinette and a little bit of extra counter space. When I show up to where I'm going, the bed gets out of the way, and all this area that in a traditional setup would be, if you had a walk-around queen bed, filling up this whole area, instead is open space. So if you can go into those campgrounds that don't want anything under 25, 26 foot going in there, but when you get to where you're going, you have all the room in the world. Huge kitchen. I absolutely love the decor in here. Who wants everything to look exactly the same? And R-Vision always makes things that look really unique, and I appreciate the fact that it comes together really well. You got your TV and the sound system that comes through. This is actual solid wood. It's not that particle board veneer fill wood with just real wood exterior surrounding the cabinets. That's not nearly as good. You do have fully ducted AC. Most of them are this size. It's going to be a dump AC system. You know, dump ACs are nice when you're hot and you just run in and you're like, oh, how nice. But when you're hot and you want to go to the bathroom, you don't want a 120-degree bathroom while the rest of the coach is cool. Not a problem in here. You've got a couch that turns into a sleeper in seconds if you need it. I love the fact that, look, it actually has this nice area back here that can be doubled as a place for you to put your plate, a place for you to set down your soda. It gets the stuff out of the way, the kids kicking it over, which is what's going to happen if it's sitting on the floor. Big refrigerator freezer, 6.4 cubic square foot of space. That's an awful lot of burritos that you can put in there, which is one of my favorite things. I like dipping it in sour cream. Oh yeah. You've got all sorts of cabinet space with this nice counter on top that you can store stuff on top of. Just make sure there's nothing too valuable if you're going down the road unless you use double-sided sticky tape. That's a pro tip. That keeps the stuff on there. Nice large bunk area here that you can of course also have all sorts of stuff stored in it if you're not using it for sleeping. Love the cubbies that go through there, and of course it has a door on the other side that you can get in and out. Just in case for some reason you didn't want to use one of the two other convenient doors, but you wanted to crawl through into that little space. I know most people like that. It's like training for American Ninja Warrior. You've got a pretty reasonable bathroom. Not one of the largest bathrooms, but I'll tell you, on a compact trailer, it's amazing that you can get pretty much everything. Normally you have to give up a dinette or a couch or the sleeping. Take a look, zoom in there at that hot water heater, Dan. You see how it has the propane and the electric marks? You can actually go somewhere with no propane and you can still have hot water just by using electricity. And in fact, propane costs money and electricity is free. Guys, Mr. Motorhome's been selling these things for 37 years, and we guarantee in writing everything's going to be working down to the light bulb in this guy. That's no idle boast. 37 years A+ Better Business Bureau rating too. Let me go on the outside and show you some cool stuff about this. This is actually a very well constructed trailer. One thing that I love about it, it doesn't have a front window, which I do not like front windows on fiberglass trailers because that's such a huge leak risk. You see how this is actually a curved fiberglass surface? That means that it can't be laminated in your standard way like you can laminate these sidewalls, which I could beat my hand against until it was a bloody stump, and I'm not going to be able to hurt that sidewall. You don't have to worry about that because they didn't, you know, just go ahead and throw it on there and be like, ah, it'll be all right. Once it's sold and well past our 1-year warranty, the customer will have a leg to stand on. When it starts leaking, they've got to buy a new one. You don't have that problem with R-Vision. They give you the nice outside grill area. Notice that this is all set up nice and enclosed. A lot of them give you this, and then for some reason they use the exposed Luan wood back there with just a little bit of vinyl cover. That doesn't hold up to heat very well. You want to see that molded plastic. The vinyl itself is in very good shape for its year. And of course, another thing, Mr. Motorhome, we never are going to sell an awning that has rips or tears. So if the awning has any rips or tears, we will cover that for you. Of course, we're Mr. Motorhome. You come here so you can get some primo stuff. You don't want to come here and be looking at lemons. We don't serve lemonade here, unfortunately. I do like lemonade, though. This is that rear slide. Notice how much room this gives you. Think about this. All of this room is normally taken up by if you had a sideways bed in here. Now if you had a lengthwise bed, you're taking up this much room inside your coach. You wouldn't be able to have a dinette and a couch. So in order to get something this small, when you're towing it down the road, when you're backing it into a parking space, when you're storing it, that is almost non-existent, but still when you show up, be able to have 8 people sleep comfortably, be able to have a bunch of people have a place to eat, and not have to be setting stuff on the floor. This is just a great layout for that. Whoa. Hey, the camera guy was on me, but I just did a Spider-Man-like thing here when well, okay, I tripped on the table, but now take a look. This cardboard isn't holding anything back. This is in great shape, but the previous owner had it in there just to protect the wood from any staining or anything like that, so I figured, hey, that's a pretty good idea. Might as well leave it in there. It's custom cut. You can see how nice and thick all the supports are right here behind the couch. Normally, you don't use stuff that is thick just for framing out the storage area, but again, R-Vision makes a good product. That little door I was telling you about, so if you do get attacked by munchkins, you got a place. You can see you actually have the 110 power plug right there for the bunk area, and there's storage underneath the bunks. Quite a bit of storage as well. Guys, you got to come out here and visit us. 9501 East Stockton Boulevard. We've got a great parts department, service department that is just off the chain. If I was Scary Spice, I would be pretty scary as a Spice Girl, trust me. And our consignment program is so incredible that Ripley's Believe It or Not was going to do an episode on it, but when the reporter proposed it, the producer didn't believe it. Mitch, the RV guy, hoping to hear from you real soon.